Hello Gemini, here is a reading for you for the month when the Sun is in the sign of Scorpio, which is between the 21st of June and 22nd of July this year. So let me draw one card for you from the Mariel Tarot deck, representing you and your energy this month. Which one do I need? This one. The Fool. Ta-da! So, new beginning. Taking a very brave step into the unknown, Gemini. The card of Uranus. And 3 cards from Druidcraft Tarot deck that I already shuffled, of course, but now I'm just going to cut the deck and take 3 cards for you. Gemini, show me universe, reality. 3 cards for Gemini. This one, okay. And you have the World, the Prince of Pentacles, and 5 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, representing the undercurrent of this reading, something unconscious. The Lovers. This is your card, which is a good omen. And Prince of Swords. You had Prince of Swords for a few months in your readings, so perhaps this Crusader charging energy is still present, but something is changing definitely, because you have the World and you have the Fool. New beginning, ending and beginning, probably connected with a very important decision you have to make. This can be a decision about love matters, but it doesn't have to be. The Lovers does not necessarily, this card does not necessarily does not necessarily mean to, what's wrong with my tongue? This card does not necessarily mean the Lovers itself. It doesn't have to be about love. It can be about anything of a great importance connected with a decision you have to make. The decision that will influence your life a great deal in the future. So I think you're in a process, because you have 3 major arcana overall, so this process is probably going on for some time. And you still have this decision at the back of your hand, and I think this month you're finally making it. Because I see the Fool and the World. The World indicating the end of the cycle, successful ending of something. Also, learning your lessons. This is Saturn, the master of time, the master of restriction, patient teacher. For me, very often this card represents life experience that perhaps needed to be repeated and repeated and repeated over and over again until you finally learned something you were supposed to learn. And you did, because now the cycle has ended. It's the near past. So the whole reading is under the sign of big ending and new big beginning, the Fool. As I said, the Fool is taking a step into the unknown. You know you are at the beginning of the journey, and you're very eager to make this step, although it requires courage, vision. Perhaps you don't know precisely where to go, but you know the direction, and you want to begin. You don't see your goal yet, but still you want to begin. So something has ended, you learned your lesson, and now you plan carefully. This is the greater process. Perhaps you don't know all the things you really need to know, but who does? We very, very rarely have such a situation in life that we know everything, that we have all the information needed to make a decision. That's really rarity in life. Usually we don't. Usually we have to imagine a few things. We have to make assumptions about things, about the future. But we learned our lesson and we are wiser now. And we can plan better, even if we don't know all the circumstances, all the pros and cons. We don't have to. We never have to. If we had to, we would never do anything. And this prince, I like it he's here. And I very much prefer this prince to this prince. He charges, he doesn't think too much. First he does, then he thinks. Oh, not this one. Is he in a hurry? No. Actually, he's standing. But he's prepared. He has his sword ready. He also has his... Jesus, what's the name of this thing? The black hole in my head. Shield! And he's looking from beneath the shield. And he knows his next step. He knows precisely. He will make one step. He will look left. He will look right, up at the bottom. He will turn around and see what's behind him. And only then, when he's sure he can take another step, he will. And he will go step by step according to the plan, slowly but surely. And I think this card, Five of Pentacles, people are afraid of this card. But not in this reading. Of course, this is the card of luck, of not having something. Difficulties, especially financial difficulties. But also emotional lack of something. Feeling that there's not enough. Something is missing. Something's not working. Like poverty, insecurity, hard times. Awareness of loss. But this is precisely what this knight, what this prince sees. The person on this picture doesn't want to see, but he does. This is why he plans so carefully, I think. There is wisdom in this reading, Gemini. And it's your wisdom coming from this lesson you have learned. So you have learned your lesson, and now you won't pretend something wrong might happen, because you already know. that probably there will be difficulties on your way. You already know this. You don't have to see the future to predict this, because you have already encountered difficulties. And you remember. So it's wise. This card is called the Fool. But this Fool is wise. This time you're wise, Gemini. This time you will be prepared. You're making this decision. And thanks to your wisdom, these obstacles are known to you. And you know it's hard to overcome them, but you know it's possible and you know how to do it. See? Good news. If you know your difficulties, you are already halfway through, I think. Because as I said, you will be prepared. What's funny about this card is that when I look at it, I see great harmony. And it is one of the brightest cards in this deck. It's full of sunshine. But she doesn't want to see. She's so afraid. And you, because this is you this month, I think you also are afraid. That's why you have your sword and your shield. But it's not a reason for you not to see. You're not trying not to see. You want to see. You want to observe. You want to be prepared. And you want to act accordingly. And you will. Because the Fool energy is full of courage. Wise courage. Okay, one more card for you, Gemini. Please show me. Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. Wonderful, wonderful cards. Very much in accordance with all the readings. Show me one card for Gemini. Additional message for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know? What a contradiction to Five of Pentacles. You have abundance. Look at the card, and I'm going to read it for you. Abundance. Abundance takes on many forms. Material possessions, friendships, excellent health, emotional stability, unique experiences. When you lock yourself into a narrow view on what defines abundance, you lose out on the whole picture of what it could mean. Open yourself up to as many forms of wealth and abundance that are possible and watch your blessings multiply. Always remember that focusing on what you do not have is a surefire way to feed the energy and make it that your truth. Every day watch for signs of abundance from the universe. Acknowledge and be thankful. This is encouraging the continued flow of energy. Remember, the universe will always provide you with what you need. So, you are wiser and you see the obstacles. But this card reminds you, and also me, not to focus too much on this. Yeah, you know it will probably come. You know how to cope with it. Still, try to see abundance in your life. And I already see it, because lessons learned are wealth. Because wisdom is wealth. Wisdom is something absolutely precious you have this month. Okay, Gemini, beautiful reading for you. I wish you a beautiful, abundant month. And see you next month. Bye-bye.